Hello everyone, this is Rick and welcome to Astral Club. This is 6 ways to increase or start your astral projections. Before we get started real quick, Patreon. If you'd like to support Astral Club and our work here on Patreon, you'll get no commercials, emails where we can talk back and forth, and advanced videos on Sunday. And we have 2 new patrons, Cody Brook, who is Astral Ascended, and Sandwich Potatoes, who is Astral Master. And if you'd like to join these fine individuals, who I am very thankful for, you'll find a link in the description. Next up, if you're interested in astral projection lessons to start astral projecting or just increase the quality or quantity of your present projections, I'd be glad to help you out with a private lesson. If you'd like more information on that, you'll find the email for more information in the description. 6 ways to increase or start your astral projection. I think everyone is aware that it's important to have conscious knowledge of astral projection. There's so much information that you really need to have the best astral projection possible. I would say that a large majority of projections that occur, according to the people that I've talked with, and some of my own experiences going back many years, that people don't know what they're doing. They make mistakes. And in so doing, they ruin their projections. They have the vibrational state, but they don't know how to get out. Or they get out of their body, and they don't know that you have to get as far away from your body as quickly as possible. I mean, there's folks out there who are teachers who say, spend some time staring in mirrors in your bathroom. And that's a bad idea because you're too close to your physical body and you're going to end up losing your projection prematurely. But all that stuff's great. It's all conscious stuff. You know, your conscious mind loves information. It loves logic. But the subconscious mind, I find, is often neglected. And the subconscious mind is extremely necessary in astral projection. In fact, as your conscious mind falls and your subconscious mind rises and takes over control, it puts your body in that physical paralyzed state. And it's at that point in time that it can kick into the vibrational state if the subconscious mind wills it, or it can just take you into the usual deep sleep or dream state. But we need to reach the subconscious mind, and that's the hard part. Because in order to get the cooperation of the subconscious mind so that it can help you jumpstart the astral projection process, we have to get the information through to it. And that's where it becomes a problem because the subconscious mind does not respond to information from books. It does not respond to logic. It responds to really 3 different things: emotion, imagery, and repetition. Coincidentally enough, the subconscious mind is a lot like a 2-year-old. How do 2-year-olds learn? Do you hand them an advanced physics book and say, here, learn? No, that wouldn't work. No, instead you give that 2-year-old a picture book. And that picture book shows a red ball that's being tossed back and forth by smiling children. That child realizes quite a bit from that book, even if it has no words. He sees the rules of the game. The ball is being tossed back and forth. He sees the imagery, and he sees the children smiling. So he knows it's a pleasant experience. And if the kids that you know are anything like my daughter when she was young, they love repetition. I can't tell you how many times that I had to read Goodnight Moon over and over again. I think I have the thing memorized even to this day. And she's now 30. So to let you know just how much is involved there with repetition. So emotion. Well, when you think about astral projection at any time, you always want to have positive emotions associated with it. Imagery. When you want to communicate to the subconscious mind, imagery is what counts. Not words, pictures. And then repetition. So let's get into the individual details here. Number 1, Concentrate on one activity at a time. Be completely in the moment whenever you can. Banish extraneous thoughts. Astral projection is controlled by will and will alone. To have an effective astral projection, your will must be completely concentrated, completely fixated on what you wish to accomplish with no other intruding thoughts. Now, unfortunately, in our world today, terms like multitasking are celebrated. At our jobs, we're expected not just to do one thing at a time, but 10 things all at once. The problem with that is it carries over into your other parts of your waking life that isn't related to your job. So you're cutting the grass and you're thinking about what you're going to do next weekend. You're watching the television program while you scroll through your computer. You're on a wide variety of social media apps while you're watching a movie. See, today we can't just concentrate on one thing at a time. And unfortunately, what that does is it causes a very scattered will. And that does not help the astral projection process. So the first thing that you can do is start being in the moment. Now, many self-help gurus talk about this anyway, with nothing to do with astral projection. So it's a good idea just in life. But for astral projection, practice being in the moment. If you're watching a TV show, do your best just to watch that show. If you're somewhere else and you're driving, try to concentrate on the actual act of driving. I know this sounds bizarre, but it will help the purification of the will process. Number 2, periodically during the day, when it's safe to do so, I don't want you to do this while you're driving or operating heavy machinery, close your eyes for a few moments and think about the feeling of flying in the astral. If you have projected, believe me, you know what that feels like, and you don't need me to tell you. If you haven't projected before, do your best to imagine what it feels like to fly in the sky with the stars above you at night, feeling this pure joy of being out in your astral body and exploring the cosmos. Capture that feeling to the best of your ability. Remember, don't worry about words. Words are useless here. We're trying to get through the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind only wants to know about emotion, and that emotion better be positive, imagery, which it will understand, and then repetition. Number 3, do visualization exercises for 10 or 15 minutes each day. My recent episode, 5 Steps to Full Astral Projection, walks you through the various steps that you need to progress in your ability to visualize. This will also help get the information to slowly start seeping into the subconscious. Because when you go into an altered state, and in my episode here, I talk about you start with controlled pranayama breathing, and then you work into the various visualization exercises. You are creating an altered state. When you create an altered state, you begin to approach the subconscious. You're not there yet, but you're a lot closer to it than you were before you began the breathing process. Number 4, think about astral projection and things that you can do while projecting throughout the day. You know that, from my channel, that you could typically project anywhere in the present the past, the future, dimensions, space, a wide variety of places and times and also just tourism. So there's quite a bit, and probably some of these activities appeal to you more than others. So if you're interested in time travel, concentrate on that. If you're interested in tourism, concentrate on that. Whatever is the most exciting for you. And think about it throughout the day. And just, basically they used to call it daydreaming. You don't want to do it extensively because you have a life, but small periods of time throughout the day, when you have a few seconds here and a few seconds there, will be extremely valuable in beginning the astral projection process. Number 5, engage with others to talk about astral projection. Reddit is one place to do so. Discords are another. It's great to read books about astral projection. And there's certainly many great ones, like Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe and The Projection of the Astral Body by Sylvan Muldoon. But I find that, especially in today's world, social media has a very big part of our lives. And you have a benefit that I did not have for most of my life. You've got all these people out there from all over the world with one thing in common, and that is they are interested in the subject of astral projection. Talk with them on these various media. Share with them ideas, successes, failures, questions. Now, it's true, some of the information will be less valuable than others, but just thinking and discussing astral projection with others of the same interest level, you will find that you'll start getting more information into the subconscious, increasing your chances to begin or to increase your level of astral projection. Number 6, and this is perhaps the most important of all of these, and it's also one of the simplest, really, and that is read some of an astral projection book or watch non-fear-based videos, podcasts about astral projection right before you go to bed. I think many of us have memories of watching some, scary horror movie late at night and then going to bed and having nightmares about it. I recall watching Night of the Living Dead many years ago with my brother and my sister. And I remember having a heck of a dream that night where the zombies were chasing me around. There's something about taking in that information right before you go to bed that somehow reaches the subconscious in a more effective way than at any other time during the day. Once again, I am not saying you have to read a whole chapter or that you have to read a certain amount. Certain people will find themselves falling asleep with a book on their chest. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because as you start to get drowsy while you're reading, some of that imagery that you're thinking about as you read the book will start seeping in. So falling asleep isn't really a bad thing necessarily. It could be a very beneficial thing. But at any rate, read at least a few pages. Have Journeys Out of the Body sitting right next to your bed. I did for many years. And I'd grab it and read something about an experience that Bob Monroe had. And I found that over the years, I think it did assist me in increasing my astral projections. And don't forget, as you read the words in these books, imagine Bob Monroe going through these experiences, or imagine yourself going through these experiences. These 6 activities will assist you in getting your astral projection process started, or to increase the quantity or quality of your astral projections. And I dare say a few of these things might actually help you in your life. The ability to concentrate on one activity and not be distracted by numerous other stimuli in your environment can be very beneficial in being productive in any situation, I find. Well, if this was something that you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Share it with those of like mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, make sure that bell is working so that you can be notified on Wednesday at 2 o'clock and Saturday at 8:15 a.m. when the videos are posted. And that's New York City time. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. Everybody loves reading that stuff. I love reading it, and I love answering them. And they also might be part of a future episode. And as always, this is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.